The last job I had, I got fired from. I was getting talked to in a manner that I didn't like from my manager. I didn't get trained at this job, and so I felt like my manager was talking to me like she had already explained things to me 1,000 times and started giving me the definition of the job that I was doing. And it wasn't constructive criticism. It really was to demean me and make me feel stupid. And I could I could just tell she was trying to get me to quit. She didn't like me. She didn't like the fact that she couldn't just talk to me any kind of way, that she really needed to. I really was just like, you need to learn how to talk to people and not have this tone and not talk to people like they're stupid. And she didn't like that. She didn't like that I told her she didn't need to talk to me like that. And I'm just really tired of everybody who has told me that I need to play the game to get somewhere. I don't want to play a game. I don't want to go to a job and be disrespected and treated like dirt. I worked in fast food for like 12 to 14 years. I've already done that. I got treated like dirt. I mean, I got taken advantage of and abused in fast food. So it's like the last thing I want to do is go into another job and get treated like that again. And people just act like that's just something you have to put up with. It's not. I don't have to put up with that. I'm not like everybody else. I can't deal with that. If you are strong enough to deal with that, kudos to you. Okay? Congratulations. But I am not somebody that wants to deal with that anymore. Been there, done that. I feel like I've spent 32 years getting treated like shit by everybody. I get talked to like I'm stupid from my parents sometimes. I, go to school and get treated like shit, and then have to go to a job, get treated like shit. The whole world treats me like shit because I'm, transgender or whatever. It's like, at what point do I have a break from that? Am I just supposed to go through my entire life and just, yes, sir, no, sir, my entire life and not be like, no, I need this. I need this. This is what I need. Am I just supposed to not have feelings? And I don't think that I'm narcissistic enough to deal with, the things you have to deal with in corporate America. I just don't think I am. I think I'm somebody that likes to be treated nicely, and I don't think people want to treat people nicely in this world. We all want power. We all want somebody to be our bitch. And I'm just saying I don't want to be the bitch. Okay? I'm not trying to be somebody's bitch. I like working. I like feeling needed and useful, and that's great. But when it comes to a point where you think you're just gonna like harass me and abuse me at a job, like, I'm just like, no thanks. No thanks. You can't even give me what I need at this job and you think you're gonna mistreat me? Like, come on. Make it make sense. Everybody tells you to compromise, but it's really just you swallowing, you know, swallowing your feelings. It's not really compromising. It's really you compromising yourself to be able to conform to the way everybody wants you to conform. And people always tell me that I need to humble myself. And I'm just like, I need to be realistic about, how much money I can make, and I need to humble myself. I'm like, what are y'all even talking about? It's unrealistic for me to want to make a livable wage. It's unrealistic for me to think that I should get treated a certain way at a job. Like, come on. Make it make sense, y'all. Please make it make sense, because it absolutely drives me crazy. So after I got fired from that job in August, I got offered a job in October, but it got rescinded because I had tweaked my resume. And that's what I've been doing. I've been job hopping, so I don't want to look like a job hopper. And I had a staffing agency actually tweak my resume at one point And so that's what I've been doing ever since. I've been just like tweaking my resume to get the interview, because it's like, it seems like nobody wants to interview you. And then it's like, you have to run the risk of getting caught. And there's no guarantee that once you get into a job, it's going to be good, you know? And a lot of times I have found myself being like, oh, I really want this job, get into the job. And I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? And I've been in situations, like situations where I start having health problems sitting at a desk because of the fragrance and artificial crap that they have in the office. And it's just like so ridiculous. It's like, it just seems like I don't have any kind of power, or like I'm not allowed to want to work in a setting and be comfortable. That's not something that is allowed. You're not allowed. You're allowed to work here, but you're not allowed to be comfortable here. Okay. You're not allowed to relax. You're gonna be walking on eggshells and be, in stress mode. And I can't. It makes me really angry, and it's like I'm at that point where it just seems like everyone's dangling the carrot, right? It's like, oh, come over here, look at this thing we've got over here. We've got all these benefits to this job, and it's like they're saying, no, you can't come over here. It's not. I don't like being taunted. I don't like being teased. I don't like being taunted. I don't like people making me feel like I can get something and then dangling it in front of my face. I reach out for it and it's gone. It's just hard not to lose your head in those kind of moments. Oh. I try to keep my spirits up, but it can be very difficult at times. I try to listen to gospel music. I try to hope and keep the faith, but I'm just like, what is this period of my life supposed to teach me? What is this period of my life setting me up for, if it is setting me up for something? Everyone's like, oh, God's got a plan, da 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 da. Just relax, let things happen. He will provide, blah, 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 I'm getting to that point where I just want to give up, and I'm getting to a point where I just kind of like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't want to do this. I want to keep doing this. I don't want to keep running into the same situation. I don't want to keep repeating the same day over and over again. And sometimes I think maybe I'm just lost. Maybe there is no coming back, right? And then I think, well, I don't want to go back to the old me, right? I do want to move forward. And I've always had an idea of what that looks like, and I don't have the same motivation I used to have. I used to want a guy to pay attention to me. That happened. Didn't need that anymore. I used to want to make money. I done had my, little splurge, reckless money phase. Had that already. I'm not dating anybody, so I don't have that as a motivation. I don't have any kids, so I don't have that motivation. I just don't know what I'm doing here. And maybe that's why I'm stuck. Like, what am I doing with my life? Like, where do I want to go? And maybe that's the reason why I feel trapped and stuck right now, is like I don't have that go-getter plan. I don't have anything that I really like truly like deeply want like I used to. where it was like life or death for me.